alrighty. I'm fucking around a bit with the hot water system here. Put another coil in, actually. That's the first, second, third coil, and that one's there, and then I've got this bit. I've got to trim this down. I've got an angle grind I'm going to trim it down with, because I don't really feel like using 10 sniffs. And yeah, this will be exhaust that'll sort of go over the top of this. Don't worry about the damn paint. It doesn't even seem to come off, even when you do hit it with heat, because there's. Oh yeah, I've tested this top coil, and the paint's still on it. You can see. Anyway, never mind that. I'm waiting for my phone to charge so I can upload a couple of videos. So got to talk a little bit about. Oh, you know who. My gosh, like, as I was saying, like, he needs to fuck another van, honestly. Like, so many things have failed, and I like this rig, and this, dude, there's a point where they just hit the end game. Some of these older ones you can keep putting parts on and they keep going, alright, but it comes to a point where there's so many fix-ups in a vehicle that you've quite obviously neglected that it's just, there's no point anymore. You might as well just get another one, because the amount of shit you got to fix is so fucked up that you're going to spend more time getting parts and fitting them than it'd be if you just went and got a whole nother van, you know. Oh yeah, but I don't have money. Yeah, but it doesn't matter about no money. It's just you're at that avalanche point where you're actually going to spend more money on parts and time might mean anything to you, but still, just a sheer fuck aroundness, and then you're wondering what's going to go next. You know, so you got an oil leak in it, okay, rightio. So you ignore that, but then you need another steering box. Then it just continues on down the line. He come out with more things than I can even remember. You know, more than I even knew about. You know, as NASA says, it's pulling to one side, and then he's saying the steering box. Marshall's saying the steering box makes it sort of wave it to one side to the other. You know, maybe he was pulling to the left side of the road because of the crown in the road. They put a slight dome in the road to run the rainwater off. And that might have been what NASA experienced. But like, it just, everything is failing. And I don't mean just like the fridge is fucked, there's no toilet, there's no shower. None of that. It's even worse than that. Because apparently the alternator's going as well. And then what's the other one? The fan heater. The heater fan, whatever you want to call it. Your in-dash fan. Oh, sometimes I remember he's up there in Chicago and he had his high-vis jacket on and the snow's coming down. Oh, sometimes the heater fan works and other times it doesn't. He's sitting there starting this thing up every 10 minutes just to turn the fucking heater on. But then he says sometimes the fan runs and sometimes it doesn't. You know what that is? The brushes are worn out because it's been used so much. Oh, just get another one. Well, so you're going to just get another one for a 1989 van. Okay, you do that, and then you find the brushes are fucked in that. But most likely the brushes ain't fucked. The fact it's been sitting in the wrecking yard or even in the warehouse for many years, the bearings are probably nearly fucking seized. Like if you get one from a wrecker's, and it's been sitting out there in the humidity for 5 years or 10 years, even if it's only been sitting there for 5 years, the bearings in the fan won't fucking move regardless of how good your brushes are. Now you can get in there and you can change the brushes. You know, but changing the brushes is like, you know, restitching a couple of missing stitches on a pair of plastic boots that cost $22. And you're going to sit there and stitch it up by hand for fucking 3 hours. Fuck off. There's no point. You know the shit, it's probably one of these ones that everything's spot welded on, crimped on, and you can't even change the fucking brushes. You might be able to. Now you've got to chase down the right brushes for it. Or get brushes out of another one, which will then be a little bit worn or a bit corroded. So then you've got to sandpaper the motherfuckers for a couple of hours. You've got to disassemble it all. You give it, oh, fucking give it up. How much do you want to do? And I really think maybe due to his propane leaks or maybe not. I really question if that furnace works. Because if he's got propane for his fridge, but he didn't have propane for the furnace heating system when there's snow coming down outside, I don't think the heater works. I really question if the hot water system works either. So, because remember he hooked that thing onto his tap, his faucet, whatever you want to, you know, he had a thing like this, and he had the fucking hose that goes on, and then he's got a couple of hose clamped, because you can't use one piece of fucking hose, he's got to join it with another bit, and then he's got a second-hand shower head. You know, like, fuck me, bro, just go get a new one and put one full length of hose. You look at it, there's a joint connector. And then he says this is good for cold showers. Oh, so what you're trying to tell me is you don't have hot water to your sink. Oh, right. Okay. So let's get this straight. The AC in the back doesn't work. The AC on the dashboard doesn't work. The heating in the back doesn't work. The heater fan in the dash sometimes comes on and sometimes doesn't. It's getting intermittent. Bro, out of 4 things you got 1, and that one thing left is intermittent. Oh my gosh. Just give it up. You know, but even with Norm giving him money, it's interesting that Rosie's going to dig her heels in and refuse to fix anything in the van until he gets a job. We'll see if those heels stay dug in. They probably won't. But I want to see Missy Jen there chasing him with a fucking shovel. That is quality content. It'd be better if it was like a hatchet or something, but we might just have to settle on a shovel. Anyway, it'll be fucking funny. See the way this all fucking plays out. It's going to be fucking hilarious. And what'll be real funny is if she says no, and this guy just continues to go slowly down the hill, further and further, until there's only 5 cylinders running on that V8, and it's puttering along, and the smoke's pouring out the back, and he's got broken windows that he's got black plastic with, you know, like a garbage bag with fucking duct tape over him, and he's just barely chugging along, and he's getting even fatter. And there's like constant flies and stuff in the van. And oh man, I got an idea that I would love to see go ahead. He's talking about moving to Mexico when he retires. Well, I got a better idea. If you move to Mexico now Elvis Travels, Marshall Zia, I got a better idea, right? Here's how you survive off AdSense. You move to Mexico now, everything's cheaper in Mexico, you get good food that's cheap as hell, it's full of chili, and you can shit your guts out even more, and, you know, you're basically going to be paying less for everything, so you can survive off AdSense. So how about you go to Mexico now? How about you just get the van and fucking enter? And, you know, if you've got to go through one where, you know, foot traffic only or whatever, try and get one, you know, just skip that foot traffic only one. Go to one where they allow car traffic through, and then go through into the Mexican side. And you want to save money. But then it's going to be really good. Because there's going to be fucking prostitutes and gang members and people knocking on the fucking van door. Senora! However they say, do you have some money, you know, because they'll see the American plates on it, you know. They'll see that American tag on the back here. Oh, hang on, this is an American vehicle. Oh, it'll be fucking hilarious. And I don't think he knows any Spanish, but it'll be even funnier, you know, just make it more of a circus. And we could just see him sort of devolve, and things get worse and worse, and people break into his van every fucking 2 weeks and shit like it, and just slowly devolve even further down until he's turned up at the US border, begging to come back and get to fucking the rancho, and the fucking van looks like it's fucking been, you know, taken to with a bunch of claw hammers, and And the roster we work, we pour them smoking, and they just turn up there and be like, holy shit, the border guards will be looking at it. I think we're going to fucking tell the cops up the road to put a fucking roadworthy sticker on this heap of shit. This shouldn't be even travelling on the road. Mama Rosie, you got to help me. Wait till he hears that some fucking phone plan in Mexico is cheaper, if it is. If it's not, you can always get the US plan and just stay near to the border, which is where all the prostitutes and all the gangs and all the bullshit happens more at the border than anywhere else, as a lot of you know. You know, because that's all the activity. You know, there's not way down going towards the fucking, you know, Guatemala or where the fuck the border is, whatever the hell they're up against there. You know, it's not down that end. Well, some of it is down that end, but you know, you get further away from the border, there's less fucking carry on, you know, and he might enjoy it there, but then he's got no signal to do his live streams. You know, in effect, I just think like it's just the train wreck's going to be prolonged by giving it money, and just so long as some people dig their feet in and stop fixing this fucking thing for him, this is going to be great, because it's just going to devolve further and further and further. He's going to get worth it. You look at him now, like, always. All the fucking time. Apparently he's got eczema. You know, some people say he's jerking off. Turns out he's got eczema. I don't know about that because my sister had eczema as a kid, and you know, she'd fucking scratch herself silly, she'd have scabs on her legs, but that's what eczema does to you, you know. But having said that, and I know this from my sister, eczema's brought on far worse when you have sugar. And he's there eating fucking you know, I'm borderline diabetic with sleep apnea, huge amount of weight, no money, my life's going downhill. I've got eczema as well, but never mind the sleep apnea, serious obesity, borderline diabetic, and the eczema, I'm going to eat ice cream sandwiches. My gosh, this guy is just fucking destroying himself, you know. And there's another one you've noticed. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Every 30 seconds, the guy coughs. Why is he coughing every 30 seconds? Is it the mustiness? Is it the dead mice hidden down behind the seat or under the fucking dashboard? Or in the side lining? You know, there might be a couple of fucking, I don't think they get in the door, but like the sides of the van, oh fuck yeah, they could get in easily. You have a little bit of rust come up near your wheel wells there, they fucking get in there. You know, I have a particular little shed over there, it's very small, and I built an extra shower in that shed, and I had the plug out, but the actual, like, you know how you go, it's just a cheap plastic one I put in. You know how this is very fatty, but yeah, you got all this piece, all here, that's all plastic. The fuckers ate the middle section you can see there, which in this one is plastic, well this is stainless steel, but the plastic one in the shower, they ate the fucking middle section out. I mean, they chewed all the thing the whole fucking way around, and they pushed it up and popped it out, and it's just fucking sitting there. So they could run up and down this drain pipe. And the only advantage they got was, I mean, they could literally have jumped in underneath the door, because there's not much of a door on this thing. You know, it's not, I think they could easily get on the door. It's not, you know, it's actually a door off a fucking wardrobe. That's the door to this thing. And I've got a bit of water problems, so I had to put like a bit of a porch on it just to stop the door rotting out. But these things done that just so they could make a nest in amongst a bit of firewood that I threw in that shed. You know, I never ended up using this shower, so I ended up with, I literally never even used it once. So it's sort of become a bit of a wood storage here, because any spare space very often ends up with firewood in it, particularly the little, you know, sheds and stuff like that. Not always, but you know, this one, big shower base, plenty of room. I had extra logs. I wanted to get them in before winter, and I've actually been burning some of those. And this is 5 years ago. I threw it, and then I'm pulling them apart, and there's a giant big fucking mouse nest in the middle. They're long gone, but you know, these bastards will get into anything. They will eat the bottom out of a fucking sink plug and all that just to get through into stuff. And here he is coughing all the time, and there's probably black mold and fucking, you name it, probably dead mice. And is this coughing something that he naturally does? Because when you see the guy walking around, well, like the other day when he's showing the other nomads in this local park and all their vans and shit, he was walking around and he didn't cough, I don't think. I think when he's walking around, Rosie chooching and he's with Rosie, never coughs. He's sitting in the van, dude, is there that much fucking mould and shit and dust mites and dead mice and God knows what in that van that you're literally coughing every 30... Why the fuck do you want to be in this? This thing is just... If it smells that bad... I know why the fucking guy kicked you out of McDonald's, because you could probably smell it from behind the fucking counter. Fuck me! What do you leave the window down a crack and the smell's wafting straight out through the door and you could fucking smell it, you know. You didn't need to smell it. You just saw something that some of you might notice on Rosie's video about the generator box. As she's driving behind him to show the generator box, you know, and she's videoing his van while driving behind him. You notice something? There's the little rust streak marks coming down from the side of the windows. From the corners of the windows down, the bottom corner, there's a little rust streak. Oh, she's almost fucked. Look at the paint. The paint is as faded as fuck. Oh, I want to put 2 lots of cutting compound. Bro, you'll be back to fucking bare metal. Give it 1 coat and then polish it. Polish it 2-3 times. But just give it 1 coat of cutting compound, because cutting compound actually gets rid of it. But he's that dumb, he wouldn't know that it's a slight abrasive. You know, I'll give it 2. Fucking fuck that, give it 10. Go right back to bare metal. Woo! Then tell everyone you're driving around in a silver van until it starts rusting a week later. So yeah, good idea. It's you know, this guy fucking used to think he's Ric Flair. Now he probably thinks he's Andre the Giant. And the reality is he's fucking Tina Turner with a fucking weight problem. You know? Anyway, that's my little rant today about this. But my God, like, fuck me drunk. This van is finished. Just, you know, let's fucking give it to the RTR. And when they burn a van, let them burn the Lisa Marie, you know? Fuck.